What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 53. Man, I'm back again, man. I'm back again. Man, I'm back again to answer a question that somebody had asked me a while back. Matter of fact, let me see. They asked me it a while back, and they asked me had I ever been caught up with a female correctional officer? Have I ever been in an entanglement while behind the walls? And I think at the time, I think I might have just told him no, just to get around the answer, or I might not have answered it, but I think I just told him no, just to leave it alone, because I really didn't want to get into it. I didn't really want to go there, but after thinking about it, it ain't no thing. It was years ago. I just, at the time, I really wasn't proficient on how to do my thing and like leave people names out or either change the name, even though the story is true, but change their names because you just don't want to put them on Front Street, or just delete people from the whole story. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna come clean with it. I'm gonna give you the story. It was the only time. It was the only time, and I'm gonna just change the female officer's name. This took place back when I was in West Jefferson prison, the prison that everybody just seen, where the dude had the gun and all that. When I was there. But anyway, I had just got there. I had just come out the hole, which in Alabama they call lockup. The hole, they call it jail. But I just got out the hole. I've been in the hole for I think a little over a year at the time, and I was just getting out. I just got shipped from another prison for a ride. But anyway, when I got out, I'm not gonna say what block I was in. Well, I can. No, I'm just say I was in the prison. I don't even want to say the block. I was in the prison. So anyway, I'd been out for a minute doing my thing. I say about, let's see, maybe about a month and a half it went by. We had got a new CO lady in the queue, and I'm gonna call her Miss A. That's what I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna call her Miss A. Miss A. No, that's not her real name. No, that's not even her real initial. But I'm just calling her Miss A. Leave it at that. But anyway, we had a new CO lady, older lady too though. Worked in the cube at the time, and I never really paid no attention to her. I ain't never been one to get to go that route. Let me show you something. You got some dudes that come to prison, and while they in prison, they thing is you got some that's gonna chase behind dope. You got some that's gonna chase, but now you can be involved in everything, but now everybody has a certain main thing that they chase behind. So you got some gonna chase behind dope. You got some gonna chase behind, drama, the gang activity. You got some that's gonna chase behind gambling. You got some that gonna chase behind mess. You got some that gonna chase behind them boys. You got some that's gonna chase behind, the women who work there. Whether they might be working in the kitchen or where they might be female correctional officers. You got dudes that's gonna chase behind them. Everybody got their own purpose on what they doing while they locked up. Even though you might dibble and dabble in some of everything, your main thing that you really chase behind is what you gonna chase behind. I've never been one to chase behind female correctional officer. Cause like when I was locked up in Cali prison system, that they was the furthest thing from my mind. I mean, for real. My thing was when the ride finna jump off. You know what I'm saying? Who we finna get into it with? Is it gonna go down today? Things of that nature. I was into that. I was into politicking and all of those stuff. So now by the time I came to Alabama prison system, I wasn't tripping on no police, no female police. I had I'll give you an example. I had a female police one time, and around this time, it was a different police though. I was on y'all hear me talk about the south side of the prison where they got the dorm living at. I was out there at the time. So me and one of my homeboys, matter of fact, no, was it him? No. But it was me and one of my homeboys. We go into the kitchen and he had been telling me about a female CO that had asked him about me. And he was telling me about her. So, me being me, I'm like, oh, cuz I ain't tripping on that broad, man. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, man. Cause to me, it wasn't number the world of trouble. It wasn't it just a world of trouble. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that the trouble that come behind it wasn't worth it. I wasn't studying them broads. So we went to go eat in the kitchen one day. I'll never forget, it was at lunchtime. And we was coming out the chow hall, and it was two female police officers standing outside. I mean, correctional officers. And one of them was the one that the homie was telling me about. And she was a popular little old female officer that a whole lot of the dudes used to want to get at. Cause she was, light skinned, cute, big old red lips, long, pretty black hair. So a lot of the inmates wanted to get at her. Man, I didn't have the time of day for I wasn't tripping on her. So anyway, when we stepped out the chow hall, she was like, excuse me. So I stopped. I'm like, no, I kept walking. The homeboy stopped that was with me, and she pointed like him. So the homie like, Toon, cuz. So when I stopped her, I'm like, what's up, homie? He like, man, come here. So I come back. He like, man, old girl want to holler at you. So I go up on her. I'm like, shoot, what's up? She was like, what's your name? I'm like, my name Cartoon. She was like, oh, okay, that's what they call you. I'm like, yeah. So she was like, where you from? I say, shoot, I'm from Los Angeles. So she was like, oh, okay, all right, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? She little chit chat. So then she kind of blowed my wig back because she say, I got a request. I'm like, shoot, what's your request? She said, can I touch your chest? And I looked at her, I said, can you what? She said, can I touch your chest? Of course, at the time, you know what I'm saying, I done picked up a whole lot of weight. And I'm a big dude, but I picked up a whole lot of weight. But back then, I was a big dude, but I was cut up pretty with that stuff. So she was like, can I touch your chest? I'm like, yeah, homegirl, you can touch it. So, she put her hand on it, jumped back on, and all that old stuff. So, I'm like, you cool? She was like, yeah. I walked off. The homie walked off with me. So he trying to tell me, cuz, man, I'm telling you, man, she like you. Homie, I told you she like you, cuz, man, go on, get her. Boo, boo, boo. So, of course, you want to knock them female officers off with the ulterior motives of getting them to bring in dope, getting them to bring in, free world food or whatever. I just wasn't with it. I just wasn't tripping. I didn't care. I ain't never cared. It just was not my thing. So anyway, back to the other situation. So the female that was in the cube, when I would come to the cube to ask for like whatever I needed, she would try to hold prolonged conversations with me. And I peeped what it was. So I'm like, okay. And like I say, she was a little bit older. She was an older female. If I can, she was in her late 40s. I was gonna say her exact age, but she was in her late 40s. And she showed me with unequivocally, without a shadow of a doubt, that she liked me, that she was into me. She would click my door because they could open the door from wherever. Click, 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 click. And when if I'm in the cell, I'd come to the door. And it was a lot of time, like when they count, everybody got to catch their cell. Everybody got to go to their cell. So now here it is. They done counted. When the Rover police do they count and leave out to go count wherever, everybody they gonna leave you locked in your cell until the count clear. When the count clear, they'll rack the doors, let everybody out. But now what she would do when they would finish counting and count on the other side and go out this building to go down to another block to count, she would click, click, click. She would rack my door. And when I come to the door, she tell me come down. So I come down. So now this was her way of talking to me, making sure that couldn't nobody else hear. So now, I would come down, I'd lean up. They had a little podium, little stair thing. You could stand up and if you want to put your ear to it, because it's a hole in the wall. It's a brick cement wall with a hole in it. And it had a little steel thing you could slide up and like, hey, let me, blah, 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 blah. And slide it back down. If they got to, give you sick call slips or visiting slips, they'll just roll them up and stick them through the hole. So anyway, I, roll it up. And that's how me and her would start talking a lot. And she started getting a little explicit. You know what I'm saying? Started out where you from, what you got going on, this, and this. And she started telling me, you ain't basically she was like, you're not like everybody else. I'm like, well, I'm not from here. How they run their program is not how I run my program. Of course, this was kind of early in the game uh, when I first got popped. So, I still had all of my Cali stigma with me. I ain't never been one at that, up to at that point. I ain't never been one to do a whole lot of wrestling, playing, and what I'm saying, what the all that stuff. Cause you can't do it in the Cali prison. Ain't nobody doing no wrestling, playing, none of that. You get your head blowed off. So I wasn't into that. I went into what they call janking in Alabama prison. They call it janking. Janking, in Cali, what we would probably call they call it sex talking or sex playing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Talking up under each other's clothes and doing all that old crazy mess. Now that's something I've never been into because here in Alabama, they got a cold habit of calling each other B-I-T-C-H. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a Southern thing or what, but dudes will call each other B-I-T-C-H in a heartbeat, and I was not with that. You're gonna get the spit slapped clean out your mouth. You call me one. That we don't do that in Cali. You call a man a B-I-T-C-H in Cali, you need to be having that knife in your hand or you need to be swinging on him. And that's how I was. And I had to check a few fools a couple of times about calling you. Hey, ho. After I was here so long, I learned that they didn't mean it as disrespect. It's just their way. But it's not my way. You feel what I'm saying? No, homie, I don't get down like that. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Okay, Big Tune, hey, I mean no harm. Okay, well, cool. But anyway, when a female officer, she got her eye on you, she gonna watch you. When you in the day room, watch when you move, how you move, what you do, and all that. And a lot of times they gonna try to watch you in the shower, and, because they like you. They trying to see what you working with, all this. You feel what I'm saying? So old girl had been on me. And so I'd seen it to the point to where, I start kind of keying in on her a little bit, talking. Now, let me show you something. When you in prison, you living in a fishbowl. Everybody gonna watch everything, especially if they think you up to something, if they think you doing something, they think you got something going on. They watch every move you make. Ain't no secrets in prison, not for long. Somebody gonna see something. Somebody gonna say something. They run their mouth like girls in prison. It is what it is, So I had a couple of my so-called little partners at the time. They was like, man, what's up, Tune, man? I'm like, nah, homie, I just be talking. She be wanting to talk. So after a while, though, you can't fool them. Like, no. We see you. So I'm like, cuz, kick back, You know what I'm saying? Let me do my little thug thistle, homie. It ain't nothing. All right, big hug, handle your business. So anyway, me and old girl started talking. We started talking. And then, so it went from that to, she started bringing me, free world food. She bring me, I didn't smoke, but she would bring me cigarettes. At this time, the cell phone game wasn't out yet. Wasn't no cell phones out, so she couldn't bring me no phone. But she would bring me cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? I'd sell the cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? Because I, play poker and all that. Whatever food she brought to eat, I had some of it. Then it got to the point where I started putting my request in. Hey, she'll click. And it got to the point like, what you want to eat today, baby? Oh, shoot, baby girl, look, let me get whoop, when you come in. She was like, okay, what I'm saying? Well, not today, but she would ask me, what you want to eat? And she would bring it the next day. So it got to that, but now it hadn't been nothing physical yet. But now, we talking, we in this thing. I'm like, letting her know, hey, what I'm saying? Hey, I like you, I like you, I want to do something. We can't find a spot. We can't find a place. Because she was a cube officer. She would try to get to the point to where she could come out the cube and work on the floor with us, or either where she would go and she would come around and do count. But now, that didn't really happen too much. She was real big chick, that's what it got me, them big old giant huge titties she had on her. So she wasn't no fat woman either though. So one day, because I always kept telling her I want to touch them. I want to see how soft they were. She was like, you're going to get your chance. You're going to get your chance. I'm like, all right, man. One day when they finished counting, she racked my door. Boom, boom, boom. And when she racked my door, I came down and she racked the door to go out into the hallway, the hallway, and boom, she came down out the cube, and we in the middle closed it. She closed the door, closed the door. I'm like, all right, I closed the door. Now, if the police on the main hallway happen to so walk by, they can see in, and they gonna see us standing right here doing whatever we was trying to do. So when she opened up the door, she came down. Then she like, come in. I'm like, what? Up in the cube? She's like, no. When you first step into the cube where she worked, it's a flat surface where you go up the little stairs to where she can work the buttons. You can just pull the door up a little bit and they can't see from the end. So I would come down. While I came down the first time, she opened up the door. Boom, I come in, and I'm like, shoot, what's up? She like, you tell me. She say, this your chance to do what you've been wanting to do. I immediately went for him. So I'm getting my feel, my rub on, what I'm saying, the whole hookup, the whole touching. What I'm saying. Now, when I say it never got, we never had sex. I'm gonna let you know that now. But anyway, I'm getting my feel, I'm getting my rub on. What I'm saying. She opened it, she busted open a little bit, put my hand in there. So my thing was, I'm like, man, pull one of them out. I'm trying to suck on one of them and all this stuff. So now I done got hot. I done grabbed him with the hunching and. She like, okay, hold, we gonna get caught. Go, just go back. I'm like, all right. She like, look, don't be saying nothing. Of course, that's what they all say. Don't say nothing. Don't tell nobody nothing. I'm like, I'm not. I was. So anyway, boom, I went in. So now my partner, my road dog at the time, One Love, named One Love. He was out of Anniston. He was pushing Grape Street. I didn't have no secrets with him. I'd tell him everything. That was my dog right there, man. That was my partner. Big old fool, big old youngster, you know what I'm saying? Down by law. Woo, he was down. So, of course I told him. So, things went on. She started bringing me a lot of stuff. I never did, I should have asked her for some butt naked pictures, but I never did. It just never came about. But, we had a few more feeling sessions. So she started telling me that eventually she's going to start working on the floor. And it's going to be on then. I'm like, cool. So now at this time, time went on. I'm about to get a visit. I'm about to get a visit from my baby mama and my mom and my sister. They coming from L.A. So my son finna come up, for the first time. I had never seen him before. I seen pictures, but I had never touched him. Of course, I told you about, when I got popped on this case, my baby mama was pregnant with my son, and she ended up having him, and blah, blah, blah. So now when she came up, the whole visiting yard with her, because she was double OG bad. So she had came up, and we on the visiting yard, and now of course at the time I wasn't really doing nothing with nobody, so I want, I ain't been with her for a minute. I want to touch and feel on, boom. Man, just so happened, old girl was getting off work one day. And a lot of times when they get off work, when they leave, they'll go home, they'll walk through the visiting yard to go out one of them doors to hit, to hit the main gate or whatever they're going to do. They'll go through the visiting yard. She came through the visiting yard and she seen me. Now, I'd had a visit that Saturday and that Sunday. I was out there both days because my people had to come from so far away. She came through the visiting yard and she seen me. She seen me hugged up, booed up with my baby mama. Okay. Boom. She made it her business the next day because I'd leave out early and go back on the visiting yard. She came through that Sunday too and she seen me. So now here it is. Okay, Monday came. She back to work. She acting real funny. She just started acting real funny. She didn't pop me out. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have to try to hold no type conversations. No, none of that. None of that. I came to the cube one day to try to talk to her about something or just hold a conversation. I can't exactly remember what it was. Probably trying to figure out what she was tripping on. And she kind of blowed on me, told me get away from the hole. They call the thing the hole. They call it the hole. Man, get away from the hole. I'm busy. Dang. She ain't never came off like that. Get away from the hole. You busy. I'm like, all right, so okay. So time went on. And she started acting real funny, man. I would try to get her attention. Excuse me. I'd get her attention because I wanted to pop. I wanted her to. I might want her to pop the cell door. And what we do if we on the second tier or the first tier, whatever, we'll go and stand in front of the cell. We're like, oh Q, hey, pop 15 cell, pop 3 cell, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Man, she wouldn't pop my cell. Took all day. Then I had to go downstairs. Hey, why you ain't pop my cell? I'ma pop your whoop whoop cell. Just hold on, really rushing me. And I'm like, man, you know, what is she tripping on? Where all this coming from? I'm tripping. Where is this coming from? Oh, man. It came to the point one time she tried to write me up. She She said that when they called count, that I did not go to my cell because she'll get on the loudspeaker, count. And she tried to say that I wasn't going to my cell. I'm going to write you up. You ain't going to your cell. That's what you mean. I'm going to my cell at the same speed everybody else. So I didn't get rolled up though, but she threatened that. What happened? She threatened to write me up about something. Oh, no, what was it? She threatened to write me up because they can pop the back door and you can go out to the yard. She tried to say that I closed the door and I went to the yard and closed the door. It was somebody else did close the door, but she had to repop it. But she was gonna write me up saying I'm the one closed the door. You know, I'm safety and security hazard or something. She was just wigging out. She was tripping out bad. You know what I'm saying? One time I'm trying to go eat and the door was closed to go out to the main hallway. She wouldn't pop the door. I'm like, man, what you tripping on? That when that happened, I go to the hole in the cube. I'm like, hey, look, check this out, miss. Hey, man, what you tripping on, man? Why you what's going on, man? You tell me what's going on. I'm like, what? Yeah, you up in here rubbing on my titties and talking nice to me and making me think this and this and this, but now you out on the visiting yard with another B, you know, B is B-I-T-C-H, with another B, you wrapped up, hugged up, all kissing like you kissing all on her nigga, doing this and that, and it wasn't even that serious because you can't even really do all that on our visiting yard, you know, but now you can kind of, you know, boo up a little bit, but still. So I'm like, oh, that's what this whole tripping on, man. Oh, okay. I'm like, look, check this out, man. That's my baby mama. I say, man, look, she way in California. She bringing my son up here for me to see him. I never touched him before. Hadn't seen him before. That's all. I say, we are not together. She got somebody else and blah, blah, blah. I'm out here. I'm out, you know, I'm boom talking now. I'm like, baby, I'm out here with you and woo, woo, woo. No, you ain't out here with me. I seen how you was with her. It didn't get no better, man. It didn't get no better. It got to the point where she ended up moving me completely out the block. I guess she couldn't stand the sight of me no more or what it was. But I knew to stay as far away from her because she was going to mess me up. She was going to write me up. Probably would have tried to lock me up. Because, you know, them women vicious, man. If they want to do something to you, lie on you, say you did this, did that. Because now one thing in the Alabama prison, they got real bad. They got a thing called gunning. Them dudes out there, they love to expose themselves. They love to jack off to the women. That's a real big thing in Alabama. They love doing that. I'm talking about love it. That's a real big thing, man. That's what they do, man. I'm talking about, and they sick with it. They super duper sick about doing that right there. But now, all the female, look, a female officer, all she got to do is say, hit the code and get the police down there. When they get there, they're like, such and such up in the cell. He was gunning. They call it gunning because they write your Rule 38, so they call it gunning. He was gunning. You going to jail. No, you can say you wasn't. You can say you going to lock. You going to jail. You going on the hole. So I was kind of glad she went on move me out the block because she could have messed me up bad, man. You know, because I didn't want nothing to do with it. But like, yeah, that right there is the only time I ever even, you know, semi kind of indulged with a female correctional officer. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, never went there no more. I seen a whole lot I like now. I seen a lot of them that I like. But as far as going out my way to try to get involved with them, because dudes play a lot of games in them prison, man. It wasn't me, man. But anyway, man, that's me. Your big partner, man. Cartoon, man. I'm out of here. Peace.